Okay, this is how you need to use the ceiling and floor. Okay. And the next one is the count function. Okay, count function, I'll have to use some table. And minimum, maximum, everything, I need to create a table. Okay, minimum, maximum, and all the things. So look here, the sum exponential. Yeah, minimum, maximum also, right? I need to use some other thing. What I will do is I just go here and then see if I have anything here available. Or else I just go here, and if you click on the file here, sorry, not the file, and if you click on the drop down somewhere here you have SQL query 1, SQL query 2. Okay, it is not showing anything else here. So here you have something called recent projects and solutions, recent files. Yes, recently used files you can see here. Okay, and here this is not much helpful. That is DDL DML functions. Okay, what we will do is we'll start create couple of tables. Let me check if I used anything. Yeah, I think I've used it in another thing. Not but for your batch only open it here. Not this one. These are the DDL and DML functions, and they too. Yes, this is where I used all the built-in functions. How to use all the built-in functions. Okay, the SQL string, the string related built-in functions, and numeric value related built-in functions. All the things are available here. Okay, in the single one. I will share this to you all. It is already there in my website also, but still I will share it. Don't worry. Okay. Mm, First, let us create some tables, and then what I will do is I will just create these tables. So see, when you, in the case of real-time scenario, the tables script that has to be created by the developers. On top, the database administrator. So they are the one admin guys for the database. They on top, they modify your script, the table creation script, to store the table to a different table space and so on. Okay, but initially they use a drop table command. Look here. So currently I'm here. I selected the retail demo database, and I need to have another workspace, separate workspace. Click on the new query. Can you all see it here? So I select, see, first step is select the database which you created it, and then click on the new query. Okay. I just clicked on the new query. So this is the one got, sorry, so many times I pressed enter. Oh, 1 second. I click on the new query. Fine. So what I will do is to save time, I'm going to copy paste this. Just click on execute. See, the best practice is you need to use the database name first. In the case of use, see, you can see a lot of databases here. So you have demo database. Sorry. You have something called demo database, demo retail database, demo database. Likewise, various databases I've created. Forget about the system database. Don't ever go here. Okay. Don't ever touch this folder. This is meant for administrator purpose. Okay. And these are the databases I created, but in your case, you will not find these databases. Okay. Let's say once you created this database, like the way how I explained a while back, and here, right, let's say you create more than one database and you want to store the tables in a specific database. For that, you need to tell the SQL server explicitly, hey, select this database, and then you create the tables. Okay. And now what I do is I just go to this. I'm going to use a command called use. Use is meant for, look here, I just type 4-liter. It shows the objects that are available with the retail, right? So we can see 4. And then here, retail demo database. This is what we want. Look here, inside the square bracket, it put retail demo database. Why? Because this database name has space in between. Here space is this space, hence square bracket is very much important. The next line you need to give go here. So what we are with this command, what we are saying is, I have a lot of database are there. You need to select this database first. So for this, I need to click on execute. Currently, we are in this database, and then I'm going to drop the table. You might be asking this one. First of all, we did not create any table. We just now created, how can, but this is the procedure they follow it. But make sure that guys, don't ever use drop table and all. It is the responsibility of the database administrator. Okay. And here, where is that thing? I think I closed it here. Okay, the DDML. Okay. I'm going to create the department table and employee table. So these are the very simple table. Don't ever tell in the interview that you worked with employee and department table. Okay. They will easily understand that, you just learned you attended the training and you are coming up for an interview. Okay. And look here, the first one I'm creating this table and then the employee table. Here I'm maintaining order. First create the department table and then employee table. There is a reason behind this to first create the department table and then employee table. At this moment, you ignore about all the things. You want to learn that one, right? The okay, I just go down here and then I'm going to insert this one. Look here, begin end. There is something called begin end. The transaction begin end. It's kind of a batch. Okay. I'm going to select everything and I'm going to execute this one. So for all these insert statement, 4 insert statement got all these 4 insert statements sent to my SQL server engine. In one go, so that it need not to send each and every insert statement separately. There is something called begin end. Okay, the transaction begin and end. This one I'll explain it later. I inserted the department table data, and then I'm going to insert the data into employee table. See, we have created so far 2 tables, the department table and the employee table. Look here, in this case, I'm going to select all the employee related thing, and then I'm going to click on execute. Got inserted. Here also we should have used the begin end, but anyhow for learning purpose, let it be there. So now how do I check what data, whether the data got loaded successfully or not? We can see that, one row affected, one row affected. So we don't see any error. That is fine. Is there any way I can query and see the table data? Yes, fine. So one way what you can do is, look here, this is the database. This is where this database we selected using the use command, use remove detail demo database, go. And then what we do is, the structure of the table we created it, right? Look here, the department table, employee table, we created it. Okay. So next what we'll do is, in this table, click on the table, but here we don't see the file tables. If you click on the plus sign in the file table, it is not reflecting the table that we created it. Which table? The department table, depart and employee table. It is not visible, but you need to click on the refresh icon here. When you click on the refresh icon, you will find the table name. It will take for a while to refresh it here to display the table which you created. So you might be asking this kind, I created the table, why it is not reflecting? It requires refresh. You need to click on the refresh, only then look here, department table. So what you can do is, either you can write a query to view the data in the department table, or select the department table, right click on it. You'll find something called select top 1000 rows. Click on it. See, it's that much simple. You don't have to write the query. You don't have to be familiar with the syntax, isn't it? And similarly, employee table data, if you want to see it, select this one, right click on it, click on select top 1000 rows. That's all. So why top 1000 rows? So this is a default one. If you don't need it, you can remove it. For example, you don't want to see all the data. You just want to see the top 10 records, right? You just select everything and press F5. So top 10 records and it shows. Okay, and then you can go to the department table. Yeah, department. So here you don't have to write the query also, right? Supposing you don't need a couple of columns, you don't need the manager name and hire date. Remove these two columns, and then you just align it and select this one, click on execute. Look here, your job is pretty simple. You don't have to write, you don't have to remember the syntax, everything. For example, if you want to remove the salary column, don't remove salary alone. Here, one comma, two comma is there, right? But removing also, you need to remove it correctly. Okay, along with the comma, you need to remove the column if you don't need a specific column. So now, if you execute it, it will work. But you don't have to spend time. But in the real world scenario, you will have 50 columns, 80 columns will be there. It will be very simple, right? Cool. So now you understood how powerful the SSMS tool is. It makes your life, the programmer's life, pretty simple. Okay, so now we have explored how to create the table using the create table command. Look here, there is a command. This is the command that you used it. Create table. This is a blue colored one. All the blue colored one are the reserved word. Okay, and the department is our name. We have given this name, and inside the parenthesis we specify the column name, and then the data type, integer data type, not null. Yes, it is fine. This column should not have any null values. Fine. And the department, next column, and third column. This is the second column is D name, and third column is locate. And we mentioned the data type also, and the width of this column also. Department name column, allow to store only the 15 letters, 15 digits. Sorry, 15 letters. Okay. And location 13 digits. Sorry, 13 letters. Okay, store only that much. Beyond that, you cannot store. If you want to increase it, you can increase at the time of creating the table itself. For example, the location you want to specify 23, you can specify 23. Later point in time also you can modify. You can modify the width also. That is not a problem. But if you notice here, constraint name, primary key, depart number. Look here, the depart number column is a primary key, which means in the depart number column, you cannot store the duplicate values. For example, the department name is accounts, right? Accounts ACC. Here's something ACC. Or depart number is 10. 10 is accounts department. See, depart number is 10. The depart name is accounts. The depart number 10, once you store it, that's it. Again, you cannot insert the same depart number. So, right? That is what primary key is all about. So to make sure that the depart numbers are stored uniquely, we define the primary key on this column, depart number column. Okay. Similarly, in the case of employee table, you can see all the columns and the data type also mentioned. Primary key on the employee number. Employee number should be a unique value. It should not be a duplicate. When you join a company, Infosys or TCS, right? So they will give you the employee number. That employee number is very unique. Your employee number cannot be used for another employee. Okay, so it is very unique. So for that purpose, they use primary key. And the next one is you will find something like foreign key in the employee table, which means in this table, I have a depart number column. The values in this table, employee tables, depart number column should come from the depart tables, depart number column. So this value should appear here. For example, in this table, in the depart number, I stored something like 10. 10 is my accounts department. This is my, this is my depart number. This is my D name, depart name. And likewise, I have 20, and here I have something called marketing department. And here all the values in the depart number column should be unique. You cannot put again 10 here. 30 years, the number can be different, okay, but it should not be duplicate, okay. 30 is your costing department, something like, costing department, something like that. But whatever the depart number you defined it here, right, the same depart number should be there. But here in this case, the depart number column, this depart number column is a foreign key for this table. The depart number column in employee table is foreign to this table, which means the values for this depart number in this employee table comes outside of this table. The outside of the table is depart number, depart table, that we define it explicitly here. Look here, foreign key is depart number. In this table, the foreign key is depart number because the values for this depart number comes from outside of this table. But this depart number references the department table's depart number. Look here, it's very simple, right? Very easy to understand. That's the reason why most of the people found SQL is a very simple language to learn. At this moment, ignore everything. Okay, fine. So since it's a foreign key, in this table, the depart. See, what is primary key column in this table? Depart number is the primary key column. What is primary key in this table is a foreign key in this table. Okay, in this table. Okay, don't get confused too much. Don't think too much at this moment. I know most of you are non-programmers. Okay, we have created the table. Fine. So what purpose we created a table? To explore the other functions, right? Yeah, before that, I just go here. Yeah, minimum, maximum, sum up. Okay, now I just look here. So look here. Can you all see the okay, here the salary is not there, right? Okay, select star from, you can also explicitly specify, write a query like this. Okay, your right, the table name is employee. Okay, employee. Here you have column by the name of sal. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is select min of salary. What is the minimum salary? What is the maximum salary? And I think average, yeah, AVG function is available. Salary, minimum, maximum, average from employee table. Press F5. So the table name, I gave the wrong table name. Make sure that you are giving the proper table name. This is the minimum salary, 800. This is the maximum salary. This is your employee. But here, no column name, no column name. If somebody sees this, what is this 800? What is this 500, right? So for that, you need to give the alias. If you give the alias, minimum, min sal, and here as max sal. Okay, and here as is a keyword. Okay, average sales and salary. So minimum salary drawn by the employee in my company is 800. The maximum salary drawn by an employee in my company is 5,000. The average salary is 2,073. That's what we can see it here. So now you understood what the minimum, maximum, and some exponential and power is numeric. Use numeric will tell you whether the given column is a numeric column or not. For example, select is numeric. Salary from employee table. So one, it returns one, which means one is true, zero is false. Okay. And minimum, maximum, and exponential, you can use exponential. For example, power, you have something called power is there, right? Yeah. Select power, and here look, expression power float. So 2 to the power 2. I just say, what is this? This is my 4, right? If you want to square a value, you can use power. You want to take the exponential. Select exp of expression float. Mm, 2 to the power 2, right? So yeah, you want to take the the exponential of 2, right? 2 to the power 2. So in that case, 1, right? Correct. So that is how you can use exponential function, exp function. So it's an exponential function. Okay, e is raised to the power of a specified number. Okay, or let's say select. You can specify 1 also here. Select exp of 1. E is raised to the power 1. So the exponential of 1 is 2.718. You know this one, right? This is the value. If you want to find out the exponential of 1, you can find out this way also. And the next one is numeric power, and all the things we need to count. Count is very much helpful. For example, you want to understand, select how many number of records are there in a table programmatically from employee table. 14 rows are there in employee table. Very good. So this is how you can use these built-in function. This makes your life simple. First, you can explore, right? How many number of records are in a table. On a specific column also, you can find it here. Select counter star from the, for example, what is that? Here the salary. What else we have? The date of joining, right? Date of joining from employee. And if you want to see the column, you can click on the plus sign next to the employee table, and then you can click on the columns here, and you will find the date of joining is not there. Job, manager, salary, com, and job. We can use job. So this one will tell you how many number of values are there in a column. Okay. Some columns, if you have a blank value, it will ignore that value. Look here in the job column, 14 values are there. So with that, we can make sure there are no blank values are there in this column. The job column can have a null value here. You can either insert a value or you don't have to insert. But whereas the employee number column, it should have value. It should not have any blank value. Please remember that. Okay. Right. Next one is the string, the text related functions, the ASCII, character, concat function. A lot of functions are available. In the interest of time, I just go here and then I will just show this one. Okay. And I have something called dim customer. For example, you have something called okay, length. Here, dim customer. Okay, I have another database. Okay, I just show you how to select another database. I just close this one and then I go back to my retail analytics database and then tables. And here, I don't have any table there. And the retail sales analytics tables. Dim customer, yes. And here I'm going to expand this one. I'm going to see, do you have any first name, last name? Yeah, first name, last name is there. Fine. Okay, fine. So now what I'll do is, now currently we are in which database? We are in retail, uh, retail demo database. Now I want to query a table that is available retail sales analytics database. In that case, how do I select that database? You need to use this command, use retail sales analytics. You don't have to type everything. Look here at the bottom, you select it. And then the next line, you type go. And then you press enter, go. Okay. Does not exist. Sorry, here I mentioned 2 times wrongly. Currently, now we are in this database, retail sales analytics. And here I'm going to use the this one, dim customer, right? Yeah, I want to find out the length of the first name. What is the length of this column? 4, 5, 6. Okay, here I just give the first name also. Along with that, we will display this one. Press F5. Look here, John, how many letters are there? 4. Chris, 5. Stella, 6. Raj, 3. Right? It gives me the length of each character, each name. And then the next one is the left. So there are some cases you need to take only the 4 letters from name from the left side. Okay. For example, John. John already has only 4 letters, whereas Chris, CHRI alone, I need to take it. In that kind of situation, you can use left function. CHRI, Stel, Raj, Hema, evict, something like that. So now you might be asking this question. So why should I use left? Why should I take only certain strings from the left side? And here's something called right. I think a right is also available. Left, right. Look here. Right is also available. So what, when we will use this kind of thing, right? The left to right and all. Let's say you have the location, store location column will be there. There, the location name will be there, different location. For example, you have in USA, let's assume that you have San Francisco, San Jose, and different, location, they have the stores. And the invoice number, right? They generate the first 3 letters of invoice number should be, or first 3 or 4 letters supposed to be your store location name. San, SANF, San Francisco. Followed by that, you need to generate the sequence number 0, 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay. For each number, invoice, the invoice number should be unique for each invoice, right? And you need to concatenate the store location with the invoice number. Okay, so for that purpose, this is one of the scenario where you can use the left and right and so on. Okay, the right side alone, you take the 4 letters. Yeah, in this case, Ella, Stella, ST went off, right? Ella, C went off. Left, right, you can select the value, specific values. And then you can select only the specific columns like first name, last name. Right, substring. Substring is very much helpful. What is substring function? We know what is first name, right? For example, John. I wanted to say using left and right. For example, when I use left, select the 4 letters from the left side, left to right, right? So JOHN. If it is Chris, CHRI, ignore the S because we want the 4 letters from the left side. I just execute this one again. Sorry. Yeah. Voice went off. Hello, hello. Am I audible? Yes, now, right? No, I did not speak anything that time. Okay. Look here. The first name from customer. So first name is John, Chris. This is the original data, right? In this column. When I use left function, left from the left side, take only the 4 characters. JOHN. Okay. Chris, CHRI. Only 4, right? From the left side, 4. Fine. Similarly, right side from 4. In that case, reverse. ALLE. Right, 4. This one will give me the right side. Substring. Okay, if you want to select the specific character from the left side or right side, that is fine. But anywhere in between, if you want to use it, that is the when this substring function is helpful. For example, I want to take the second letter to the third letter. Okay, the first name, comma, the starting from where? The second letter, second to second. For example, H or I, three letters. Anywhere between, look at H or I, Chris, right? The second, starting from the second location to third location, whatever is three letters, starting from the second location, three letters you selected. This substring is very much helpful. I'll give you assignments for freshers are there. I'll just and then you can convert the lowercase to uppercase. There is a function called upper function. Look here, upper function, upper of first name. It is everything got converted to upper letter, right? Upper. If you want to convert lower, you can use lower function, function, upper function. The replace is very, very much helpful. For example, you have replace first name, okay, or else let me do one thing. First name, n, wherever n is there, replace the n by n Maridas. Okay, John Mariadas. I just look at John Mariadas. So you understand this one, isn't it? In the first name, I'll just show you the first name, how it look like. For example, this is for your first name, right? All these things are first name. But you want to, change this one, the John. What the management says is, instead of John, what you do is you replace the John by John Mariadas. So what you are doing is, the N, look at the N, where the N is there, replace the N by N space Mariadas. Look here, John Mariadas. Okay. So replace substring, these are really very much helpful because we are in the artificial space, artificial intelligence. There is something called NLP. We are all familiar with Chat GPT and Bard and Claude and various other things, right? It's all gained popularity. In that case, what they are doing is they need to do some text pre-processing, everything. So the text pre-processing is very much helpful. You should be familiar with all these things. And especially those of you undergoing the data science training, please, make sure that you are good with the text pre-processing, okay? But anyhow, we have something called RE package, a regular expression. I have covered almost 50 thing in the past batches. Okay, we will see that one. L trim, left trim. So for example, I have, the Siddharth is there. Just before that string, right, I have some blank value. So remove the blank on the left side. And then if you look here, Siddharth, supposing I have something else called R trim. We have something called R trim. And let's say you have the blank space here, okay? And here you don't have any blank space. If you execute, I'll execute both the queries. And then it remove the, on the right side, blank space, it will remove it. On the left side, it will remove this one, okay? And trim, we have trim function. Supposing you have the blank spaces available in both sides, left and right side, before the string. So just before Siddharth, we have one blank space. After the Siddharth, we have one blank space. I want to remove both the left and right side blank spaces. Use trim function. Look here. It remove the leading and trailing blank spaces in your string. And in this case, it removed the trailing blank space. In this case, the leading blank space. So at times what will happen is in the text column, you will have something like this. In your if condition, you want to check whether the first name is equal to Siddharth. But what will happen is in the data, they would have left space before the Siddharth and your if condition will fail, return false. Though you have Siddharth is there, it will return false because the value they stored it is different. Just before the Siddharth, they put the blank space, hence it get confused. Hence, you need to use R trim. Safer side, you can use R trim to remove both the trailing and leading blank spaces. And another interesting function is concat. If you want to concatenate the first and last name, For example, they want the first name and last name to be displayed together. In this case, the last name is Joseph, first name is John, right? You want to combine these two things into a single one, you can use it. And here you have something called space one. So when you combine it, when you combine the first name with the last name, make sure that in between you leave the blank space. Okay, leave the blank space. First name, last name, in between you leave the blank space. So space function is very much helpful. If you want to leave two space, you can give two here. You can click on execute. Look here. Now the space is 2. Between the first and last name, the space is 2. Can you see that? Yeah. So these are the functions are helpful. Concat and WS. You have something called concat WS. And in this case, it's also like a, the concat. But for example, you want to, while concatenating the first name and last name, in between you want to put hyphen, you can use this function, concat WS. The first name and last name. See, basically the concat function will combine the two columns, values in a single column. But while combining it, make sure that followed by the first name you put hyphen, word separator. Concat I underscore word separator, something like that. So these are the functions are available, and upper, lower, all the things almost we have seen all the basic functions. The next one is the date related functions, the current timestamp. This is the one I'll just execute these three functions at a time. These are the built-in functions for your date thing. And if you execute all the things right, it will give you the same thing. The current timestamp, and system date time and get date. But if you see here the current timestamp, and what is the difference between these three, the current timestamp and this one? Everything is same. It gives me the current time, isn't it? It gives me the current time, but it returns the current date and time in a YYY, year, month, date, hour, minute, second, MMM. What is MMM? Millisecond. So hour, here this is hour, minute, second, millisecond. Now here, if you see here, and this is your hour, minute, this is your, what is this? This is millisecond, this is nanosecond. Okay. So likewise it gives, but this one I don't remember it, the get date. But all of them gives you the current date timestamp. Okay. It gives you the current date timestamp. And here various functions are available. For example, if you go here, and if you want to find out the date difference, for example, in the customer, you want to find out the age of the customer. In that kind of situation, this is very much helpful. The year get date function. Look here, there is a date diff function. You remember in Power BI also we discussed the first name comma date diff. First argument is year, and second, this is your actual column. In this column, what you do is you subtract the current year from this. So here get date, right? Get date will give the current date, today's date, right? Year, month, date, and all. So in this today's date, you extract only the year, and then subtract the year from this one, and then give me the difference here. For example, if I give this for date of birth is not there here. Okay, that is there in another database. At last, nothing is showing. Tables and demo DB tables. So this one will give you 1 second. Here the customer dimension table is there. Dim customer is there. But if you click on the thing here, let's see in the columns, do we have no, here also we don't have it. I think I used it somewhere. And here, this one in the date diff, So what happens is, in this case, it returns the difference between two date values in years. Okay, that is what this function does. Okay, and let's say the date of birth is your date data type in your customer dimension table. So this is your, this is holding year, month, date and all. Here also it gives you the year, month, date, and it finds out the difference between these two dates in terms of years, the date diff function. Okay, it gives you the age for each customer. If you want to display it, you can display it this way also. And I just go to the other date. So these are various date functions are available. Get date, we have seen it, and then current timestamp and date add. Do you remember in our BA DAX we discussed about date add, right? So this is slightly different. And here also, yeah, date add, everything is there. One second, I'll just show you. Instead of using these functions, the date part is really very much helpful. Okay, this is what your date part. What I will do is I'll just press escape. I'll just copy the script. I'll simply put everything here. It gives you everything, nanosecond, millisecond, everything it gives you. You see, look here, millisecond, microsecond, nanosecond, up to nanosecond, everything you can extract it using the date part function. Look here. The get date, we know very well. It gives you the current date, right? Today's date. But this one, the date part, with the help of the date part, we can extract only the year. The first argument supposed to be the interval, which one you want to extract from the today's date, year. And quarter I want to extract from the today's date. And month alone I want to extract from this. Look here. So today is, this year is, today's year is 2023. We are in quarter 3 and month 8, August, and day of year is 234 days, right? Went off, and 22nd today's date, right? And week is this much. Everything, hour, minute, second, millisecond, microsecond, nanosecond, ISO week. This one I don't know what is ISO week. Probably you can check it out. Okay. So this much information you can get it from the date part. Okay. You can extract everything here with the help of the date part. Date part is very much helpful. And the get date, the date diff function is also helpful. Like I've shown you, if you want to subtract the two dates and you want to return the years alone, you can return it. If you want to return the month alone, you can return it with the date diff. Okay. And date part is the one has all the things in it. Yeah, date add also important. Yeah, like you said. So look here. Yes, if you want to add a value to, for example, I want to fast forward. I have something called date add. Yeah, with this I'm going to wrap up Soundarya. Don't worry. Okay, and here I have something called date add, and let's I'm going to say month, and what is today? Yeah, add 1 month, or let's year. Okay, I will use year so that you can make out the difference. Year and comma. Today is 22 August, right? So 2023 August 22 as date add. So in this case, 1 second here. So you need to specify the interval here. How many years you want to add it? 1 year. You want to forward it to the next. Look here, 2024. And if you want to subtract year, you can use -1. You can go far back. Look here, 2022. So if you put +1, you can put to 1, 2, 3, likewise, right? You can use whatever the interval that you want, you can use it. This is the advantage of date add. You can add a year, and if you want to add month, right? Not year, I want to add 1 month, you can put month, year. So month, year, quarter also you can add it. Quarter, month, year, you can do it here. Okay, with this one you can add. Okay, fine. So hope you understood this one. So that is pretty much about this function. For example, you want to see the day alone, right? You can specify the day. Inside the day, you can specify the date thing. It'll return the day. You can try all the things. Next one is the operators. And these are very much like other programming language. Plus, subtraction, or multiplication, divide, modulo. less than, greater than. This is non-ISO standard, right? Not bang equal to, bang. This is, they call it as a bang. The exclamatory, they call it as a bang. Not less than, not equal to, not greater than. But this is the one we use it in practice. Not equal to, we use this symbol, and logical or and or not, like between, in. All these things we'll explore it in the next session. Next one, the constraints in SQL. These are the different types of constraints. We will discuss it in tomorrow's session. And tomorrow is very much important. We just scratch the surface. It's a very simple thing.